Welcome back to our channel. Today we will be exploring a topic that is gaining a lot of attention in the scientific community and beyond, which is the potential link between autism and microplastics. As you may know, the diagnosis of autism has seen a dramatic increase over the past few decades. According to the Center for Disease Control, about 1 in 36 children in the United States were diagnosed with autism spectrum disorder in 2020, a significant rise from 1 in 150 children in 2000. The valid question everyone is asking, which the medical and scientific world are trying so hard to answer, is what is driving this increase in cases of autism. So stay tuned as we unravel the science, the studies, and what it all means for us. In this video we shall be exploring this together and also discussing about proactive ways to protect ourselves and stay healthy, so relax and watch till the end. First, let us start by explaining the terms autism and microplastics, as this will help us better understand how these two seemingly unrelated topics may be connected. Autism spectrum disorder, ASD, is a neurodevelopmental condition that affects how a person communicates, interacts with others, and behaves. It is called a spectrum because it includes a wide range of symptoms and abilities that vary greatly from person to person. Here are the 5 key points to understand about ASD. 1. Social interaction difficulties. People with ASD often have trouble understanding social cues, making eye contact, and engaging in typical back-and-forth conversations. They may find it hard to form friendships or relate to others' feelings. 2. Communication challenges. Communication can be difficult for those with ASD. Some may have delayed speech development, use very few words, or not speak at all. Others may speak well but have trouble understanding sarcasm, jokes, or subtle hints. 3. Repetitive behaviors. Individuals with ASD might engage in repetitive actions, such as hand flapping, rocking, or repeating the same words or phrases. They may also have specific routines or rituals that they follow rigidly. 4. Intense interests. People with ASD often have very focused interests or hobbies, sometimes becoming experts in a particular area. These interests can be highly specific and all-consuming. 5. Sensory sensitivities. Many individuals with ASD are sensitive to sensory inputs like lights, sounds, textures, or smells. They might be overwhelmed by loud noises or bright lights, or may seek out certain sensory experiences. It's important to remember that everyone with ASD is different, and their experiences and abilities can vary greatly. With the right support and understanding, individuals with ASD can lead fulfilling lives. Now let's try to understand what microplastics are. Microplastics are tiny plastic particles less than 5 mm in diameter. They originate from larger plastic debris that degrades over time, as well as from products like cosmetics and synthetic clothing. These microplastics are so prevalent in our environment, contaminating oceans, rivers, soil, and even the air we breathe. Their small size allows them to be ingested by wildlife and enter the food chain, ultimately reaching humans, thus has become a significant environmental concern. Microplastics can enter our bodies through ingestion, inhalation, and even skin contact. Once inside, they can cause inflammation and cellular damage, potentially disrupting normal biological processes. So what is the link between these two? Now, while genetics play a crucial role in development of autism, environmental factors are increasingly being scrutinized, as the rise in autism seems to coincide with the rise in environmental pollution in the last few decades. This brings us to our core question: could microplastics be one of these environmental factors? Recent studies have found microplastics in human blood, lungs, and even placentas. The presence of these particles in our bodies raises concerns about their potential health impacts. Now, let's connect the dots to autism. Some studies suggest that microplastics can cross the blood-brain barrier, potentially leading to neuroinflammation. This inflammation could disrupt normal brain development, potentially contributing to disorders like autism. One of the studies established that ASD-like traits were induced in mice after feeding them with polyethylene, a type of microplastic. Another study showed that prenatal exposure to environmental pollutants, including microplastics, could be linked to an increased risk of neurodevelopmental disorders. As with many scientific topics, this is still an ongoing debate. Some researchers argue that while the presence of microplastics in our bodies is concerning, we need more robust, long-term studies to establish a clear link to autism, because isolating one specific cause, such as microplastics, is challenging due to the myriad of factors involved in the development of autism. So, in light of all these, what can we do in the meantime? we shall explore 5 easy steps to stay ahead and healthy, reducing our potential exposure to microplastics. 1. Avoid single-use plastics. Use alternative reusable items such as ceramics, metal or glass water bottles, cloth shopping bags, and metal or bamboo straws. 2. Filter your water. Use water filters that can reduce or eliminate microplastics. Look for filters that are certified to remove particles smaller than 5 mm. Also, as much as possible, avoid bottled water, as studies have shown it often contains microplastics. 3. Reduce plastic use in the kitchen. Cook fresh foods. Avoid pre-packaged and processed foods, which often come in plastic containers. Also avoid microwaving plastics, as heat releases these toxic chemicals from plastics. Rather use alternatives like glass and ceramics in the microwave. Store food wisely by using glass or stainless steel containers instead of plastic for storing food and beverages. 4. Be mindful of clothing choices. Choose natural fibers like cotton, wool, and linen instead of synthetic materials like polyester and nylon, which shed microplastics during washing. Finally, participating in cleanup efforts in your local beaches or river and educating others about the impacts of microplastics will go a long way in helping to keep the environment free from the potential impacts of microplastics. By integrating these practices into your daily life, you can significantly reduce your exposure to microplastics and contribute to a healthier environment. What are your thoughts about these ongoing studies about microplastics and autism, and how it potentially relates to the increased prevalence of autism today? You can drop your comments in the comment section below. As we end this video, while the direct link between autism and microplastics is still being researched, the potential health impacts of microplastics cannot be ignored. By staying informed and taking proactive steps, we can contribute to a healthier environment and possibly reduce risks to our health. If you found this video informative, please give it a thumbs up, share it with your friends, and don't forget to subscribe for more health-related contents. See you next time.